Well, if you're just joining us, this is the purple bracket final between Eugene Mcalister, that's a Mcalister, and Matt Kavanaugh. If you guys are unaware, the purple bracket is a bracket made up of every player that didn't qualify for the top 32. And although both of these players do not qualify for the main bracket, they are nowhere near as weak as some of the Richard Kings of the purple bracket. No, both of these players are very good. In fact, Matt Kavanaugh is no stranger to the main bracket and is becoming more and more a stranger to the purple bracket. However, sometimes fun happens and qualifications don't go as planned. However, Eugene Mcalister has never made a main, and this is his only third tournament, and he has a PEG record of 15 wins and 4 losses. Matt Kavanaugh, on the other hand, his purple bracket record is much better, but his overall record is 68 wins and 66 losses. I'll have to look up the purple bracket record, but Matt Kavanaugh, to be fair, he has made a lot of main brackets, and since he has not won a main bracket tournament, it sets up regardless you're capturing at least 2 losses. So right there, just with that record, you could tell how long he's been around, how many PEG Tour events he's been present at. Mcalister is from Tennessee, and he's got about 10,000. Oh, look at that, Kavanaugh. Almost sinking it, about 18,000 great shot points. This is something that Matt has been doing lately. And in this tournament today, Eugene Mcalister is the king of the hill. He's the king of the hill, so he has not lost yet. And Matt obviously has lost one match, but the only one he's lost is to Eugene. So this is a rematch of the king of the hill match. And now is the final. So again, Eugene will have to lose twice by Matt for Matt to take it. Going back real quick as we kick off on this game, Sandy, is the handicaps are pretty close, with Eugene's being around 26 and Matt's being 27. The lifetime average is where it changes, where Kavanaugh just dominates him with 31,000 games played, so his life average is about 22 under. Matt Kavanaugh being from Indiana, and he is definitely a staple in the Golden Tee community, as well as helping out with a very successful Indiana tournament called the Indy Open that happened just a few weeks ago. So if you're joining us, this is the purple bracket final between Matt Kavanaugh and King of the Hill, Eugene Mcalister from Tennessee. The thing about, oof, nice chip. Those are the toughest chips, I think. I would almost rather have one of those 25-yard chips or those 18-yarders or whatnot. But when you have those short little chips that are going up the grass and then a short hole, it's just, unless you thumb, the follow-through palm is just so inaccurate, especially when you have the hangover shakes, which I believe Kavanaugh probably still does from his very fun qualifying day on Saturday. And there he goes again, dropping the GSPs. It seems like he's just destined for a hole out. And the way that Eugene has been playing, he's gonna need it. Zach having fun back there. Zach didn't do too well in the purple bracket as he went 0-2. And as you can see me in the back there, I did the same. Actually, I went 1-2, but my only win was a no-show. So fair enough, I didn't do very well either. So the Queen City Classic here in Ohio was won by Luna in stellar fashion. He played against a undefeated King of the Hill Jeff Sudiak, which is now no stranger to the finals, with him being a finalist against Mark Stenmark in Chicago 2 months ago, where Kavanaugh took fourth. That match between Luna and Jeff can be seen on Golden TV right now. It is available, as well as a bunch of other main bracket matches, especially a fun one between Canadian's own Enzo and Andy Haas, two-time world champion, which was eliminated by Enzo. Ooh. Well, this is not a hole that you want to drop a stroke to. It's a very easy high 7. Sure, if you're going to try to nail it, to hole it out, but why? Especially in this situation, just get your eagle and you're up a stroke. So it looks like Eugene is going to have to close this in, or it's going to be a 2-stroke advantage after hole 7. Oh! And that is just as dangerous. He came at that pretty hot. Just a little bit off the pin. Oh, this is just disastrous. Ooh. Well, there's a huge swing right there, so it's almost like Matt Kavanaugh got his holdouts. It's mentally destroying when he's about to bomb these holes, but it's just they're not dropping. But if Eugene continues to play like this, he's not going to have to. Here's the unfortunate thing about King of the Hill, and this is probably why Jeff Sudiak, which was the King of the Hill in the main bracket final, it's a huge disadvantage because you're sitting around waiting for the loser side bracket to catch up, and before you know it, it might be 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, especially in the purple bracket, 3 hours before you get to play the championship match, and your opponent that you're playing has non-stop been playing rounds. So he's in the groove, he's got his chips down, the shakes are out, and sometimes those 3 hours, for some of us that like to drink, that could get you. Andy Haas brought up that point too, because of after Jeff losing to Luna twice and Luna taking it, Luna in the World Championship for the 2016 World Championships. Ooh, Matt stays dry there. What happened? The gods must be crazy or in love with Matt Kavanaugh, although he would say differently. Nice shot by Eugene. That Luna was in the World Championship as King of the Hill, and Andy Haas came up, and after a 2.5-hour wait, Andy was just in the groove and double dipped Luna. And again, it's all about you just sitting and waiting as King of the Hill. It's a huge disadvantage. Well, Matt, without watering, seems to be just easily giving back the strokes that Eugene lost. And now it's only a one-stroke game. Right there, that like mentally brings you right back into it. One of the things I love about the purple bracket, I love watching purple bracket matches. I mean, I've seen a lot of Golden Tee. Although I've not been around long, I've probably seen more Golden Tee than most, especially in the last year with over, well, yes, this is the purple final. There you guys go if you're unaware. It seems that one of our switcher buttons is off. Is that the purple bracket, anything can happen. We could say, this shot right here, this is always a short 8-wood for me, so I go with that 6. But with that wind condition in the placement, that was perfect, an 8-wood, great. But the choices that some of these weaker players make, or the putts that just aren't main bracket caliber, although Matt Kavanaugh obviously is, as you can see his record and his appearances in the main bracket. And then with Eugene, definitely a main bracket caliber player, but seems to not qualify well. So it's been sticking him into the purple bracket. Then again, it's only been his third tournament, so I'm pretty sure that if he sticks around, we're going to see him more and more in the main bracket. But with the purple bracket, anything could happen. Like, there could be a 4-stroke swing in a single hole. And just like what Matt just did right there, loses 3 strokes by not even going in the water. And then 2 holes later, he drops it in the water. And now here's Eugene going, wow, I just got let back in this game. Let's make it happen. And that's a great thing about the purple brackets, because anything can happen. In the main bracket, we were almost, I mean, the comments were coming in pretty strong on Jeff's first game. On Ruby, when he fell behind, it was like, just DNF already. Let's get to the main match. Let's get to the final one, because you know Luna's not going to give up that many strokes. Jeff's not going to give up that many strokes. He had a horrible game, and he shot a 2 off. So it's really, really exciting to know that just because there's a 4-stroke lead after, you know, hole 7, the game's not over in the purple bracket. So we got to watch it. And for all we know, Matt Kavanaugh can strike again. He's been getting the points. He's been slamming the great shots. So if one can just drop, then we'll be right back into it. But it seems that Eugene has caught his stride, and I don't think it's going to be that easy for him to do what he did earlier, as he's starting to warm up again and show the player that he has shown all day today is going undefeated, even dropping 227s. A lot of people left. Usually the main bracket, you know, finishes around like 3:30, 4 p.m. And then here we are in the purple bracket, which is much, much later, around the 8 o'clock hour. And the individuals that are staying are watching their opponent play in money side money games. So the purple bracket usually gets no love, but I always enjoy ensuring that it's recorded and posted. I think if you're a younger player, watching those main bracket matches, those finals of the best players in the world, can be kind of deceiving. You might not be able to pick up all the shots that you think you might have picked up just because of how they hit the ball or how they thumb or the methods they've picked up over their 40, 50, 60,000 games played. Some, like Haas, having over 100,000. And then you have players like Eugene that has a lot of games at 10,000, but that is nothing compared to these pros that play. So their method of gameplay is much more like the everyman's. Well, they are everymen. So you and me can probably find a better rhythm following these better in-between players, these 25 handicappers, instead of those 29 and 30 handicappers. So the purple bracket, I think, is very important, and especially the final to watch, especially if you're a younger player. Plus, it kind of shows that these guys are human, so a lot of times, ooh, another missed putt. Well, actually, that's his first missed putt. It's just he's missed everything else, so he's kind of completed the cycle. And Eugene has already missed a putt and a chip, but not this time. He is quickly getting back into the groove as Matt is slowly wearing down. And again, I would have rather been in Eugene's spot, dropping those strokes earlier in the match than later, because especially now you have a hot Eugene, and now you only have a few holes left, and it can be very, very mentally destroying, especially when your opponent can just start to lay up. I mean, this is a drivable look. And he's going for it. And like I said, I mean, it was a very drivable look, but there's no reason for Eugene to go for that. Laying up like he did and just having that straight approach shot, that's just smart play. Oh, out of streaker. So that was unfortunate for Eugene because he was not looking for a chip after that layup. He was looking for a nice easy putt to get his birdie. Kavanaugh is in the same boat, was not hoping for another chip, but more of a happy eagle, but instead he's going to have to make this as he does. Great chip, a very crucial chip, because he could actually make this a one-stroke game if Eugene misses. And what a chip. That's those are one of those lag chips, those chips that you don't quite mean to do, but if you are going to do, you want to let it roll as though it's a putt. That's just knocking on the door. Eugene's safely saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to finally get that title that I should have got last year after losing to, I believe, Seth Sandiford, which did win the purple bracket last year. Another player that can have a very bad qualifying if he has very bad company, aka probably me and some other guys drinking way too much and having a little too much fun. But Seth is a world-class player, so that's kind of like Jeff Harlow that ended up in the purple bracket in St. Louis. He's a world champion and longtime banger out of the Powercade area. And he ended up in the purple bracket and just dominating it the next day. In the final, he was king of the hill, so he only played one game, and that was Peter Butler that was in the final in St. Louis against a very seasoned Jeff Harlow. No shame losing to that individual. But here we are, Matt Kavanaugh just coming off a stellar Chicago appearance in the main, and it seems that he's just lost all his momentum, bulldozing the loser. What a chip. What a chip. Bulldozing the loser bracket to get back here after losing the King of the Hill match against Eugene. So, but from this point on, 3 strokes, I really don't see that happening with Eugene. Eugene's already showed that he knows how to play smart and not lose those strokes, especially when he has an opportunity to safely play, to win. So we're probably looking at Eugene's first Power Events championship win in the purple bracket. And I'm hoping that we see more of them, but I'm definitely not counting Matt Kavanaugh out. He does seem to play more of a banger style game, although it's been a little light today. And unless this goes in the hole, oh, well, that's an eagle. So we got an eagle approach. Eugene now knows that he at least has to hit close to the green, especially if he's going to go in the water, so he gets that easy drop, and he could take this home. But, well, actually, just go for it. I mean, of course you're going to go for it. Then you're going to get your drop if you go in the water. But this isn't a hard shot, actually. The wind, he might come up a little short and get stuck in between the greens. But, oh, he's going to, no. He's going to get stuck in between the greens. But lag the putt, yeah. Ooh, wow, why would he cut it that close? It's still a putt he can make, get his birdie. Matt Kavanaugh is going to get his eagle. Good. It's a solid finish, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Eugene Mcalister has won his first Power Events Golden Tee tournament. So that's it. He's done it. in purple bracket fashion, we had like 2 3-stroke lead swings in it. That doesn't happen in the main bracket, but that's it. Hit the subscribe button so you can be notified of all the tournaments, tips, everything coming up on GTTV. And congratulations, Eugene Mcalister of Tennessee. If you'd like to help out, you can tip. Upcoming tournaments are always at events.goldentee.tv. We have a small one, September 9th coming up. Then we have the awesome T for Hope. There's the link there. Please go to it. That's at the world famous Boston's in Newark, Indiana. And then, lo and behold, the September 24th Pacific Northwest Open, Gig Harbor, Washington. It's the biggest tournament on the West Coast. It's getting bigger every year. And guess what? It's going to be bigger this year. This is GTTV. Richard King. I'm out.